behalf of the co-organizers, we would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you to the 2022 Asia Pacific United Nations Responsible Business and Human Rights Forum.
In the spirit of the UN Guiding Principles on Business and Human Rights, this forum provides us with a unique opportunity to work together to promote and deepen business respect for human rights as we chart a more inclusive and sustainable future in this post-COVID-19 world. To advance the business and human rights agenda in our region, we must be more ambitious. We must accelerate the implementation of the guiding principles as policy roadmap, corporate mission, and moral compass. This is to ensure that business respect for people and for the planet exists as a core element of sustainable development now and into the next decade.
Across the world, major changes are happening in the responsible business space. An increasing number of countries have adopted policies and legislation on human rights due diligence for businesses. At the same time, a growing number of companies recognize and comply with the UN Guiding Principle on Business and Human Rights. To leverage these promising trends, we need more business and human rights champions from the Asia-Pacific regions, with active engagement from government and businesses, as well as other actors, civil society, human rights defenders, investors, academia, and the youth. Actions for business and human rights contribute concretely to many of the Sustainable Development Goals, and they make a difference in improving the daily lives of millions of people.
It is imperative that states and businesses respect, protect, and fulfill the universal human right recognized through the General Assembly resolution to a clean, healthy, and sustainable environment. For many countries in the Asia Pacific, this is a right that benefits from constitutional recognition and protection. While recognition of this right is a positive step forward, it must be accompanied by action on the ground. To trigger more concerted action, we should leverage the General Assembly resolution to encourage more protection for environmental human rights defenders and to scale up business action for a net zero future.
The Asia-Pacific region faces a cascade of pressing challenges, from the ongoing health and economic crisis to environmental degradation, climate change, and social inequality. To reverse these negative trends, we need to leverage concerted multi-stakeholder partnerships to unlock the potential of government policies and business innovations to protect people and the planet. This goal lies at the heart of inclusive and sustainable development. The ESCAP Sustainable Business Network has declared an Asia-Pacific Green Deal for business. I encourage all businesses to pledge their support to the Green Deal for business to enable the necessary green transformation in the region.
This year, we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Children's Rights and Business Principles, a milestone to remind us of the powerful impact businesses have on the children of today and the children of tomorrow. We have made progress during these past 10 years, good progress. But for the principles to reach all businesses, for the rights of all children to be safeguarded everywhere, the conversation must continue. The action cannot stop. We are calling on businesses, governments, civil society to chart the course for the next decade and make children's rights more and more visible in businesses everywhere. Reflect child rights in our initiatives. Promote them in your regulatory frameworks, enforce them through your policy and investment decisions. Our work is not yet complete, but we can accomplish it together.
While we can point to significant progress in recent decades, the social justice agenda faces numerous threats. These include the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change, rising inequality, high levels of informality, and economic crisis. We must protect hard-won gains and seek innovative new solutions to challenges in the world of work. Many of the tools we need are in place, but the continued commitment of governments, workers, and employers alike is crucial in our struggle for decent work for all.
The pandemic has highlighted how effective recovery can only happen when it includes migrant workers who play a vital role across many different sectors that are imperative to the economies in the Asia-Pacific region. Irrespective of their migration status, all workers must be treated with equality, dignity and respect. To leverage this recognition, we must continue strengthening labour law reforms and ensuring transparency in global supply chains. Protecting the human rights of migrants is a shared responsibility. We must all play our part.
The roadmap to the next decade of business and human rights requires strong collective action to effectively tackle the main challenges and gaps in the implementation of the UN guiding principles. Key to this is enhancing the pillars of protection and redress, which are too often omitted in practice. To combat the persecution of rights holders and the ongoing erosion of civic space, we need to leverage multi-stakeholder alliances that value and protect human rights and environmental defenders. These defenders are absolutely key to the success of the 2030 Agenda and to ensuring that an open, transparent, and inclusive civic space continues to exist, if not flourish, in this region.
Women and girls have been disproportionately impacted by the pandemic. But at the same time, there is a huge opportunity to rebuild a more inclusive economy, and women need to be at the centre of this. There is a tremendous opportunity for businesses of all sizes and sectors to advance women's economic empowerment across their value chains, from leadership to workplaces, marketplaces, and at the community level for more sustainable and inclusive growth.
Let us work together to make the future more inclusive,
equitable and truly sustainable
for a planet and its people.
Let us act together
to build forward better,
to identify fair and durable solutions
For the people of today
and for the generations of tomorrow.
Let us lead together
to harness the levers of change,
for business and human rights.
for the rights of all people everywhere.
now.